The question, is 2D really dead? Well, in some cases, and in some places, that may seem to very well be the case. The reason, though, is not exactly what you may think. It's not because audiences out there are tired of 2D and don't want to see it. The reason largely comes down to the cost to produce high quality traditional 2D animation. When you're going to spend $150 plus million to create a theatrical presentation, you can't take a lot of risks. And for this reason, anyone creating an animated film is going to go with what has worked before. And that means the last few films that have made a lot of money. And in this case, they have all been 3D. But that's not the only reason. 2D has survived largely on television because of Flash or other vector forms of animation. You see, the cost of producing vector animation is the only way in which 2D can remain competitive in today's market. You see, the cost to produce a half-hour episode using Flash or some form of vector animation can be as little as 1/4 of what it takes to do 2D traditional animation. And that's talking about the kind of limited 2D animation done in anime TV series. So you can see the cost difference is pretty incredible, and that is a huge reason that 2D has gone in a certain direction and 3D has taken over. But the cost to produce 3D just gets cheaper and cheaper, as is the case with any form of technology. I talked before about game engine rendering, and the tools that allow 3D animation to exist in television are just getting faster, cheaper, and easier to use. So now you see a lot of shows being done on television, especially here in China, using 3D animation. And they're very simple, but they're pleasant to look at, and audiences are connecting with them. This doesn't mean that audiences don't connect with 2D, it's just that there are more examples now of 3D shows that actually look good. But the audience isn't entirely free of blame. You see, you have a generation that has grown up with video games, a generation that has grown up in which 3D animation has always existed. Toy Story is pretty old after all. And now you have this generation which has seen and loves 3D, and 2D is something old to them. But that doesn't just stop there. You see, you also have this market, as I mentioned before, with video games and 3D animation, a market in which there are more job opportunities and it pays more. In some markets, a lot more. And that's especially true in China and Japan. So which are kids going to study? Kids are going to go where the money is. And that means there are fewer and fewer artists who are even interested in doing 2D. The famous film director Hayao Miyazaki once said that when 2D finally dies, it won't be because audiences don't want to see it. It'll be because the people with the real skill to do it will have all disappeared. So there are some reasons and some situations where it may appear that 2D is dead, but there is one where it certainly will not appear so, and that is for the independent creator. The independent creator still has the power to create fast and cheap 2D animation using the amazing tools that are available today. What this also means is that it's up to the independent creator to keep 2D animation alive. So, look at the tools that are available today. Look at what's out there that allows you to draw, that allows you to combine all of the digital techniques available to create things the way you want to create them, and you'll see that 2D animation doesn't necessarily have to be dead. The independents who want to create this style are perfectly free to do things the way they want to do them and keep 2D alive.
What if there was a way for you to create the animation projects of your dreams faster than any studio could possibly do so? What if there was a way for you to create high-quality, finished shots in minutes? There is such a way, and these Anagen Final Secrets videos will teach you exactly how to do so.
I want to talk about some of the little things that you can do to add that extra dimension, that extra level of quality to your cel-shaded animation using this WYSIWYG method. And as for shading, by the way, I have my OpenGL generally set to 1 tone. You can choose 2 tones, which will work with this light here to give you some semblance of shading. In the past, I often used the lower res ball, but that was in Poser 6 or 7. I have a tool which I can easily push, pull, and move some points around and make different eyebrow shapes. Such a simple little model, something that would never work in full 3D. This belt comes from another character. This gun comes from another character. All these pouches. Now the interesting thing is, there is no character like this that you can buy.
you could take an item like this and you could begin to use it for any character. Look at this highlight in the eye. This highlight in the eye is in fact an object. And you can do this in pretty much any 3D software, because almost every 3D software I've heard of will have a polygon reduction tool. Just look at the speed. Even on my computer, which is certainly not the fastest computer in the world.
You think you got what it takes?
The Talk Designer is another tool that you can use, and that's the thing that is important about this WYSIWYG method of working. Quality is certainly a good thing, but speed is also amazing. So you get both of how well this method looks and how fast you're able to create. And so just like that, you have the fully detailed character and you have a completed shot done so quickly and you're ready to render. You can really realize the power that comes to you through this WYSIWYG method of working, and it will allow you to create everything that you ever dreamed of creating in a speed that you never imagined you could create it with. So this is Antigen Final Secrets.